Welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Suvega. Today is Thursday, November 17, 2022, and it is the day of the dog. Best colors to use or wear: violet, light and dark shades of violet; purple, light and dark shades of purple; do-it-yourself black and white Feng Shui. Dog element is yang, male; mountain, earth, Ken, Gen, and its direction and position is in the northwest 1, northwest 2. Best position for the dog is on the west 1, west 2, and west 3, east 1, east 2, east 3. All other orientations and directions not mentioned may have clash and conflict with other elements present in that area. So when we do metaphysical cures or remedies, for example, there is no dog available or dog energies available in that area, we usually place tall cabinets or tall cupboards or a parador, and we usually place that in the west. Like for example, in the period Li from 2024 to 2043, mountain may be eroding or maybe subduing all other elements. That is why we are asked or suggested to put tall cabinets or cupboards in the west, or especially that stone, the amethyst stone. Best position, west 1, west 2, west 3. So when we think about elements, Feng Shui is the balance of all the elements present not only here on earth but also in other forms of universe. Since Feng Shui is metaphysics, we can use it virtually or the virtual reality of any elements. So any violet forms, violet colored like the yam, we put it in this way. We can offer such, for example, sweet potato colored violet or banana colored violet. We offer that in the west orientation or direction. So how do we build up the position of earth, especially the mountain form Ken, when it is now absent in that area? When it is, you just have to place the tall or taller furniture, like for example a bar corner, or not only the aparador but also a pole, a bamboo pole or a post placed on a specific area. So poles are best placed somewhere in the west 1, 2, 3. Why is it? Since the rooster or the element of the yin, female metal tue, this is very, very compatible to the dog. Not only with the dog but also with the dragon. And the dragon and the dog they have both the same or share the same elements, Ken, Gen, the mountain. So when we say that period 8 now is coming to an end, or there is already the finishing of the period until 2024 of February 7, which the year of the wood dragon begins. And in the year of the wood dragon, there will be a problem with the star number 2, the illness star. So maybe in the time 2024, there may be problem with eroding of the mountain. So we have to complete all the 10 elements, both the male and female energies of the water, wood, and metal, and fire and earth. So shall we say, how will that affect our change of period by 2024? Well, everything is has to be dynamic. Since life should be dynamic, will not and should not be stagnated with the form of the mountain. We have to stay or stick to what the period dictates, like it is the period of fire. From the first 10 years, it is the snake, and then the second and last lapse of that energy is the horse. So better to buy new cell phones, laptops, computer, desktops, new gadgets by the time or repair or do some repair, and best position direction by that time is the south. So south will be very, very good in that period 9 Li. Li, and the Li comes Li. This means that there is a blazing fire. So by the time also, we have to be very careful with the fire element. Nevertheless, tall buildings will be very, very good in the time. The same true telling with the period 8. And networks, there may be several networks ahead of time. The free air type networks will be over and done, and there will be breakthrough with the communications. Maybe this type of Android or smartphone will not be available like the pagers that we had last before, wherein the pagers now are not in use, or the Androids by the time will not be in use, though the iPad, the iPod, and some other technologies that we had at the present time will also be present by that time. So we have 20 years from there on. 20 years is 20 years, so that's a lapse of 10 plus 10, that's 20. The yin fire, and then call it the yang fire, the horse. Slowly and slowly, for example, how will that period of time, Li 9, affect that period with regards to the existences of the water energies? Of course, we are telling of the metaphysics, ergo having turtle or tortoise by the time period 9 is a crucial thing to have. So by this time, before the period 9 comes, you must have this, or you must be, or you may have, or should have a position wherein you are very near the water, because water would be at crucial point by that time. And by that time also, there may be La Nina or El Nino, the drought or the big drought by that time. So the inventors that we have at the present time must have an alternatives for the period that we have. Sometimes we should have and we should be having that time, that since this time we have that availability of water, but in the period 9 there might not be. So what do we do about it? So we have to invent, we have to reinvent, so that water will be present by the time.